All right, folks, good morning. Okay, let's get started here. So for today, Friday, December the 13th, Friday the 13th, we've got the following information. There's really nothing going on today as far as news. At 8:30 a.m., we had import prices month over month, which came in better than expected, but that's it. So that's the last bit of economic data out for today. And moving along, here's what we have. The QQQ ETF currently is trading higher, a lot higher than where it was yesterday. Yesterday's action was very neutral, but this is a bounce back, so we should have made a new all-time high in the pre-market session here, but we'll see if that holds into market open. All right, having said that, let's take a look at the economic data. I'm sorry, the stocks are moving yesterday, I meant to say, excuse me. So we had INTC yesterday. That was the only stock that we were able to find. Sorry, I'm just putting this on the screen. All right, so that eventually did reach our target number two to the upside of 20.88, but we were out of this stock long before then. Since you can see, it was very choppy and didn't continue. But we're able to take profits either way. Stock topped out at 20.9. All right, looking at the pre-market, here's what we have so far. As far as stocks that are showing up on my radar, AMPG is up first. Currently up 22.27% on 10.9 million shares, and it's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add that to our pre-market watch list for stocks. The symbol again is AMPG. That was on the list yesterday, by the way. Next up is Broadcom. Holy cow. Look at this. The stock is up 17.5% on 3.9 million shares, to over $200 a share there. This is up off of earnings. It really must have had a great earnings release there, so fantastic move on AVGO. Okay, so we'll add that to our list. Broadcom AVGO. Next up is CADL. That's currently down 33.5% on 2.8 million shares. It's over $1 per share still. Down because they announced the pricing of an $80 million public offering of 10 million shares of common stock and pre-funded warrants. So apparently that's why that's down. They're diluting the stock. So CADL will be on our list. Next up is CLSK. Okay, that one's down only 4%, so not down enough, so pass on that. Next up is LAES. That's down about 16%. 10.2 million shares is at least $1 per share. And they also are down because they're going to be selling some shares, $10 million of shares to institutional investors. So they're also diluting their stock. Next up is LDTC, which is up over 11%, 6.9 million shares. It's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add LDTC to the pre-market watch list. Next up is LoopNet, which is currently up 38% on 30 million shares plus. It's at least $1 per share. Let's see why that's up. Loop Industries secures $10.5 million in financing, technology licensing deal, shares price pre-bell. LoopNet, they're a website for real estate, most commercial real estate. I know that because I've used them plenty of times. Next up is MDAI. That one's not up enough, so we'll pass on that. Only up 4.9%. Let's see. Next up is, let's see, Palantir? Maybe. I don't think this is up enough. Let me double check. No, it's only up 1%, so that one doesn't count. Next up is RGTI. That presently is up over 6%, 6.5 million shares, and is trading over $1 per share. So we'll add that RGTI to the pre-market list. Next up is RZLV. Nope, that won't qualify. Pass on that. Next up is SOUN. That doesn't qualify either, so we'll pass on that. Next up is VCIG, which is presently up about 23% on 26.6 million shares, at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add that to our pre-market watch list as well. VCIG. All right. So if you folks see any other stocks other than the ones I just found that meet all four of our criteria, let me know in the chat. Four criteria are: must be a NASDAQ listed stock, trading at least $1 per share in the current pre-market, must have achieved at least 1 million shares of pre-market volume, and at least a 6% price change, positive or negative. All right, so let's take a look at ISPC, that was just mentioned. That is currently up over 9%, 1.5 million shares roughly. And of course, it is at least $1 per share, so we'll add that ISPC to the list. Wheeler is mentioned, WHLR. That currently is up about 25%, 2.5 million shares, and it's at least $1 per share. So we'll add Wheeler WHLR to our list. All right, folks, if you see any other stocks other than the ones we've already mentioned that meet all four of our criteria, let me know in the chat. We'll take a look. All right, so we'll wrap up for today's session. Folks, please be sure to like the video. I see we have 7 likes, more than 7 people watching, so please be sure to hit the like button. That greatly helps us with the YouTube algorithm. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you get notifications when we publish a new video. If anyone's watching this on a replay and you're not familiar with our company, check out fundertrading.com, our website. You'll see a link in the description to this video. Other than that, for those of you part of the coaching program, I'll see you there. And about 23 minutes, we'll pick up for today's session. Folks, have a great trading session. I'll see you for tomorrow's pre-market pulse, or sorry, Monday's pre-market pulse. Take care.